Hello everyone. Sorry for the delay. Let's get started here shortly. All right, so Bitcoin played out exactly how we thought it would. It developed a pretty distinct range, and I was saying that if it was able to kind of find its place on the top of the range, that we'd find a move up here towards this level. Right here. So I think I'm gonna more than likely going to go for this daily high right here, and if we're able to close above it on the daily, we'll definitely go for the all-time high. Excuse me. So let's go over here, go back to the 1 hour chart here. So we might be able to take a scalp here actually. If Bitcoin gives us a retrace kind of down into this zone of demand here, this is absolutely a scalp that I'd be willing to take. We haven't really wiped out this high yet. Yeah, something like that is something I'd look for in terms of a scalp. I definitely go on to a lower time frame and kind of look at the PA. You can even go down to the 1 minute, and then if you start to see signs of reversal, see double confirmation, definitely take a scalp here. So I was looking at EU last night, and EU started to look good for a long. And yeah, it's still looking pretty good for a long here. Still looking really good for a long here. Oh yeah, this might even be a swing. So I want you guys to look at this. I always talk about bases being developed and them getting retested. And this is exactly what I mean. You have bases that get formed like this on higher time frames, these price bases, they just get retested. And the higher the time frame, the more consistent they are. So, you can develop your own strategy based on this. For example, just say you see a base being developed on the daily, you can go down to the 15-minute, even the 5-minute. And then, so this red line is the base, right? So once this base is formed, you can go down to the 5-minute and look for long confirmation. You have long confirmation right here, where you finally developed a price base that gets broken. So, you have a high, price comes down, it would continue to make a high. What's it called? Right. So I wouldn't really consider this the next price bases because they haven't been. There's no sweep that has occurred, right? So what I mean by that is this. So if you look here, on EU, we get a price movement down that sweeps out internal liquidity. Once you have a sweep of internal liquidity, that's when you want to look for price bases. So you don't want to look for like random price bases like this, but price bases that have a higher chance of being retested, which are price bases that have swept out some sort of internal liquidity. But yeah, once you have that, develop these price bases, they get retested, and remember this red line is the price base that is being retested on a higher time frame. You go long here on a lower time frame. So you have a bias on multiple time frames that line up. You set your target for higher time frame targets. So back to the daily, and your higher time frame target would be this high here. Because once you have a shift in market structure like this, so you have a high, and then this high gets broken, so your market structure is shifting, you want to go for the next high. Whereas if market structure hasn't shifted, you want to go for these order blocks or these zones of supply or demand. Yo, what's up, Stealthy? Fetch and Phantom update? Yeah, let's do it. So, this is the exact level we talked about, Stealthy. If we're able to hold this level, what was this level? I don't remember what this level was. Was that even a level? Hold on. Oh no, oh never mind. This wasn't level. We were just talking about if Fetch was going to develop some sort of double confirmation. But honestly, more than that, it looks like it's getting some pretty high wicks here on the daily too. So I see how this closes out. Oh, this is looking bearish. At least a short retracement. I don't know about the macro. Remember for the macro, we just talked about looking for a confirmation on the daily. But if you go to the 4 hour here, it was pretty obvious that it was this low. Oops. This 4 hour low on the Binance chart at least. That was getting tested. We finally closed below it, and so that's your double confirmation right there, or that's your single confirmation. This is your double confirmation, which is your retap into the supply. And just as I mentioned in the other video, or the other just as I mentioned on Bitcoin, when you have a shift in market structure, now you're going for the next low. And also remember, when you have a lot of value area developed like this, you can see price move straight through it. And we have a pretty good area of volume right here. Let me mark it out. Off this one big candle here. I can expect price to come down here and kind of get caught. Let's look at Phantom. Oh boy. So yeah, remember we talked about Phantom? We're gonna look for double confirmation on this high, but instead we get confirmation above all these highs over here. You're getting a retap into demand here, and oh, let's go on a daily here, see what we got. That'd be my target for Phantom. Is this high? We're gonna retap into demand here. So we can absolutely see price come back down here. Move up, we'll probably get ranging. So hodl, yeah. TLDR, ride hodl. So yeah, so if I want TLDR, yeah, I just hodl. But yeah, definitely looking for retracement here, but you know, who knows? Honestly, like Bitcoin is really bullish right now. Let's see. What candle was that? I don't like this divergence in volume here. Let's see what the volume looks like on a higher time frame. Yeah, volume's dropping out, which makes sense. We're near all-time highs right now. So would it be smart? Well, I would say it'd be smartest to have some sort of system that proves that that is the right decision. You know, it's hard to just say just buy the dip. So for example, if you're buying the dip only when you have the 10 over the 20 moving averages, for example, let's go over that on Phantom. Let me hide a lot of my indicators so it's a little easier to see. So this is something I wanted to do with the Discord, Stealthy, and anyone who's really interested. I want one second. I want you guys to like develop your own system in trading. For example, if you're interested in just buying the dip, right? Maybe wait for a cross of the 10 and 20 and buy only when price comes near the 10-day, right? Which is the black line. So you would buy there, buy there, buy there, you buy there, you know, for example, and you sell only when they cross back over. So if that was the case, you'd still be holding on right now. You know, if you did the same thing over here, let me go to higher time frame. It's a little easier. So if you did the same thing, you would have, so they would have crossed, you would have bought. So you develop a pretty big position here, and then the moment they crossed, you would have sold off like here. So your average position is probably around like here, sell off here. That's your gain. I know it's not optimal, but it's a system, you know? Like, I just developed this, like, it's not really even a system, you know? I just like, this is like pretty random, but you know, you can obviously like fine tune your entries into like supplies and demand, but like developing your own system, you know what I mean? So imagine you only bought on like when you got into like bases, for example. So like this would have been a base, so right at the bottom here. You have a price base here, right? So like you would have bought here, and now you only exit on price bases as well once it reverses. So it reverses, and then you probably, so it reverses here, and you exit on like this price base here, this bearish price base. You'd exit here. So now your average position is somewhere around here. You know, you have a lot more profits. Just, you know, just that's just an example. Something like that is definitely something I'd do. Like that's why it's like hard to just tell you like, hey, that's a good idea. But a TLDR, yeah, is a good idea. You know, like if Bitcoin is near all-time highs, alts aren't really following. But at the same time, on a lot of the previous bull runs, a lot of the alts didn't follow Bitcoin, they followed Ethereum. So let's see what ETH is doing right now, actually. And not really near its all-time high. But ETH might have its run right after Bitcoin. Yeah, I'd actually definitely see how this weekly candle closes here for Ethereum. So it looks like Bitcoin is poised for a pullback. And if Ethereum can't close above this on the weekly, then we're also poised for a pullback here on Ethereum. And if that is the case, then maybe I would consider selling off a position on Phantom and looking for entry a little lower. Let me take a look at UCAD here. So these are bases I was still looking at if you ever got down there, but it looks like, don't know here. This price action is pretty bad. It's not clean at all. This is looking a little cleaner. I think EU is looking the best here. Just fishing for longs. If you're just day trading here, and you're just like hopped on the charts, I'd just be looking for long positions until we hit this high here. Yeah, I'd easily do that. I'd even maybe buy a position here right now. That looks really trendy. Alrighty, so I am gonna start another 100K here live on the channel. Let's see. I think I got credentials for one. So I'll likely start it tomorrow morning. For today, might cut the stream here, cut a little short. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just hit me up on Discord. I'll see you guys next time.